When we had last left Harrier Dubois, he and Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi had entered the old, ruined, and crumbling felled building. Within did they find a secret little trove from long, long ago during the time of the Revolution, or so it seemed. But perhaps even more interesting were the footprints that they found leading through an underground passageway to who knows where. For because the two of them reached a threshold, and that threshold they opted not to cross. Not yet, for it seemed of much more import to complete various tasks around the town before they progressed deeper still. And so they were on such a task, which included none other than cracking open the door for Evrart Clare. This is Disco Elysium. Welcome back. And let's speak to this guy. Let's see, what do you have to say, dude? He has, we haven't seen him since we saw the Crab Man, right? But you know what? He's kind of like the Crab Man. Huh? He's climbing all over shit? Maybe he's also a crab man.
Oh, hey, mister. I need to be back to talk with old Leah here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Lorry said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they reckon to get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
Alright, I had some questions for you if it's not too much trouble. No, nothing new. Okay, I'm off. Fair enough. Maybe he really is just a side character, right? Who knows? Alright, let's go on in here. Good. Because you know what? That's one of the kind of the unique things about games relative to especially television shows. Movies maybe not so much, but with a lot of film and television, it's rare to see a character that isn't integral to like the main plot. Because shit like side quests in film and television are kind of a rarity. Like, yeah, there's definitely like shows that have the equivalency of a side quest or like a side arc, especially in like procedural. Yeah, and in procedural stuff, it happens all the time. I take it back, yeah. In procedural dramas and shit, like your fucking shitty NCIS or whatever, it happens all the time, right? Good lord. And I guess, you know what, no shame to people who love NCIS, but man, I hate it. I don't know, I hate it. Let's get on up here. Evrart Clare. Oh shit. Forgot. We have to go around this. Let's see. Hey dude. Guess what? Got information on the
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help you today?
He smiles merrily. Evrart, about the weasel. You fucked up. You waited too long. The weasel came back, and now you can't open the door I asked you to open. Ooh, shit, this was time sensitive. The big man looks you straight in the eye. Evrart forgives Harry. A wide smile crosses his face. Don't cry, my boy. It's gonna be all right. I'm still gonna tell you about the murder. That's just the way I am. Benevolent. I thought I had more time. I don't deserve that information. I didn't earn it. Fucking weasel. Let's say I thought I had more time. Man, this worked out well for us then. Holy shit, this wasn't some kind of like super ultra intelligent test. We just fucked around too long and we couldn't find out. We fucked around and didn't find out. Alright, I thought I had more time. Though I guess, yeah, we are actually going to find out. So we did fuck around and still found out somehow. I thought I had more time. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. He pretends to roll up his sleeves. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry. This is gonna be good. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. By now, I'm sure you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys, Wild Pines. Sent to scare us, another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps. I'm listening. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. You mean our victim? He nods gravely.
A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship. And they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire.
I don't know, that sounds pretty believable to me. It's happened before. Good lord.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramiriza. You name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Half-light, medium success. Those Senorita Pineapple people are scary motherfuckers, decimating your state if you don't give them your pineapples.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third-world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Hold on, you have a village elephant? Go on. I think I've heard enough. It's interesting that as well, like, Evrart isn't, like, intentionally, like, maliciously racist. But he's a little racist, right? He's a little racist, isn't he? This comes off as, like, slightly a little racist, right? Whenever someone's like, you're gonna turn this into a third world country or whatever, some shit like that, it always comes off as someone whose half of my heritage is from a third world country. It feels a little racist sometimes. It feels a little bit racist sometimes. All right. Hold on. You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
He laughs. What the fuck? They do? Wait, they moved the container?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container.
His face turns serious. My fun container. Why is that so fucking stupid and fucking funny to me? I'm sorry. Alright. This fucking game. I don't know. I feel like I just get caught off guard by some of the, like, dumbest shit. It's fucking great every so often. Like my fun container, that's almost on par with, could it be true with the cockatoo shit? I don't know. Something just about the way it was written was so fucking funny to me. Just like this. My fun container. It feels, we mentioned this before, but it feels almost very like Terry Pratchett in the way it's, the absurdity of how it's written, right? That's like the closest thing I could think of. Alright. His face turns serious.
The killers in the company hired. I think there were 3 of them. All hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey.
He shakes his head.
Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out in trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce. Oh, shit. Interesting. Right, so she, of course, is here on damage control for all of that. It makes perfect sense to me.
Harry,
he says, ignoring the lieutenant.
What you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Pushes hard enough and we push back, and when we do,
he raises his finger.
We push to kill.
Half-light, medium success. An entire neighborhood of killers. Wait, the whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
who exactly did the pushing?
As a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys.
He nods to you and the lieutenant.
Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So, these idealists killed our victim? Right, yeah, this is shit that we know about already, right?
One day, Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, Socialist Democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Socialist Democratic fervor? Oh, I know how that can be. Sometimes I feel the fervor, the burn in my heart, too.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him.
He chuckles.
I gave him 2 weeks paid leave and told him to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in.
He chuckles.
Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Right, Elizabeth. We know, yeah. Empathy, easy success. Uncertainty belies his boasting. In the end, though, he believes it. Or at least he wants to believe. This is written just carefully enough to where this is not, like, actually sequence breaking, right? Because we could very easily read into this as we are withholding this information. Because we already know all about this shit, right? If anything, the game at the very beginning here, well, look, we can't even scroll up that far, but it acknowledged, I think, just how far we got in this investigation, right? We wasted too much time, which I think is the game acknowledging, like, yeah, you've already gotten down the body, you've made an arrest, you've arrested Clausia, all that shit. You've done all this stuff. We're acknowledging that maybe that's them acknowledging it. But nonetheless, this isn't like throughput, you know, sequence breaking right here, right? We could very easily read this as like, we're just withholding information and letting him spill his guts, right? Okay, but nonetheless, let's exhaust all this, I think. There was a bullet in the hanged man's head.
So they shot him.
He sounds pleasantly surprised. He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd.
The man shrugs.
I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into their yard. What I do know is the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policemen.
How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people.
He slams his fist on the desk.
That's their M.O. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So, you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell.
The fist slams on the desk again.
One of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Right, and we totally had suspicions about him that he was a plant or something, right? Yeah, 100%. I totally believe that. Empathy, easy success. He's not scared of them. If anything, he likes them being here. Strange. Huh. That is strange. Maybe he likes it that way he can prove his worth to his people. Like, prove his value in that he's able to do this. Or he enjoys what he does. He enjoys contending with them, right? Despite everything, he enjoys it. You mentioned a lawyer girl?
Oh, Liz is a bright one.
He grins broadly.
I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry. She came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew. Ooh. Breakthrough imminent, hardcore aesthetic.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them.
He goes out of his way to specify 7. Interesting. Okay. He doesn't know, does he, right? Because remember when we were talking to Titus? Titus made a point of saying that the 8th member, the quote-unquote 8th member, Ruby, that they operate in different galaxies, that she hardly even comes into contact with Evrart, right? Okay, so he's just ignorant to what the fuck's going on there with the Hardy Boys.
All 7 of them, exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement, core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself.
He starts laughing.
Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happens, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them, hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Half-light, medium success. Separate one from the herd. Okay, so this is like our first sign of sequence breaking, right? Because this is like the game showing its hand that it can't quite fully acknowledge that we've gone through all this stuff, which is fair. We've maybe gone through an extraordinary route, right? Like we said before, it's very easily forgivable. It's just a little shocking when this game does it because it's so good about doing it, right? If anything, it kind of acknowledged that we've gone so far ahead, but then we've come back. It did acknowledge that, but there's still some snippets here and there, right? And I wonder if that's just oversight because, they're a fairly small team, right? Okay. The developers are, I should say. Small team. Anyway, so let me ask you this. Which one of Hardy's boys is your least favorite? Better not to. Let's just ask, right? Who gives a shit at this point?
Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away, and he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy.
So let's say something happens to Fat Angus. Let's say a citizen's arrest. What if I were to pin this on someone and just quietly? Let's say a citizen's arrest.
You would die, Harry,
he says, grinning.
You would die and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debardeurs Union and the Citizens Militia. Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. You have much a right to arrest him as I have to arrest your partner here.
He points to the lieutenant.
Actually, less, because this is my hometown, my territory, and my backyard. You are a guest here, Harry. Please remember that. Oh, Harry,
he starts laughing.
This is getting real grim, and there's no need for that. We are friends.
He sits back and looks you in the eye with a wide smile. Evrart, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me? 5 XP.
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend, Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
Authority, trivial success. You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
He holds out a banknote. Wait, why are you giving it to me? Take it. I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys. Wait, why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Volition, easy success. Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it. I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you. Just holding it out there.
He pockets the bill.
But I am willing to share information. Was there anything else?
Yeah, good talk. Let's conclude for now.
Was it a good talk?
He leans back, suddenly worried.
I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I wanted you to find your gun.
Great sadness comes over him.
But it's like I can't completely trust you yet.
Yet?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left,
he says, slowly shaking his head.
I want to, but I just can't.
Rhetoric, easy success. A man of the left? So you have to be a social democrat? Empathy, trivial success. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats. Oh, let me tell you, buddy. I am not a man of the left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. What a leftist thing to say. And then we get in a fight about it and have a fringe splitting argument that splits a massive community down the middle. Fuck. That is that's very true to form. Good Lord. Speaking as such a person, I will say that often seems like one of the weaknesses that occurs much more frequently on this end than on the right end, right? Not exclusively, but more frequently. But maybe that's just from being in it, right? Maybe that's what that is. All right. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. We have to go with this. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper.
He pulls out an envelope.
And then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this? What are the signatures for? Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them. Accept the task. No, I'm not going to do this. Reject the task. What do you think of this, Kim? It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful. He studies Evrart. Esprit de corps, easy success, but he thinks it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily.
He bows his head in shame, then looks up and smiles.
But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
Rhetoric, medium success. He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things. What are the signatures for? I do love that they made this guy, who's most openly, at least on the left end of characters in the game, describes him, is most open about it, right? He's most open about it, but he's also such a skeevy dude. Right? He's so fucking, like, skeevy as well. I don't know. I kind of enjoy it, though. I kind of like it. I think I really like it. All right. What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union was going to build a modern youth center in Martinez.
He grins broadly.
It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Physical instrument, medium success. Roller skating. Not drugs, Harry. You like this.
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
You mean the fishing village?
Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude.
What will happen to the current occupants?
They're just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings, right next to a fancy new youth center, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Rhetoric, medium success. Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the streets? Oh, sounds like everybody wins. Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I?
The big man shakes his head in disbelief.
Harry, these people, Martinez, is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to stay in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor.
Empathy, easy success. He means it. Oh shit, okay. Man, I thought he was full of it. Okay. Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them. Accept the task. White envelope.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop, across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Roca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
He runs his fingers through his thin hair. I mailed the signatures like you asked me to get. Lie. Can we go over a few details concerning the murder again? Nope, nothing new. Alright, but he agrees to it, yeah.
Most certainly, Harry.
The big man nods merrily.
Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you.
Let's change subject. Let's see, how about me? My gun.
Yes, my best men are tracking it down. Some kids saw some other kids running away with it. Some folks said a paranoid schizophrenic might have it. Leads are being checked, Harry. What's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is the words paranoid schizophrenic and lost gun in one sentence? Don't worry, it's just a lead. It'll probably turn out to be nothing.
Details about me, can I get more?
Let's hear it, Harry.
He sinks deeper into his chair. Let's see, what kind of cop does it say I am? Let's see. Alright, yeah, this is all shit that we've had before. Okay, nothing new. Fair enough. Let's see, anything else here that may be new? No, I think we're good. Evrart, I'm gonna leave now, but we might talk again later. Oh, look, we have an orb. Oh, right, our thought. Thought complete. Hardcore aesthetic. Yeah! Sorry. I got into it. Thought complete. Hardcore aesthetic. Oh, yes. Drugs. We're talking about drugs. Let's face it, these flirtations with the hardcore aesthetic have all been leading up to one question. Can I do drugs harder now that I'm a hard cop? The answer is yes! You can! You can do one more blast of pyroholodon and yellow shit powder. You can even pull a ciggy and a lager on top of that. There. You've truly made the hardcore your own thing now. +1 endurance, really useful for doing drugs. +1 volition. Same thing, hard man. Damn. I'm hard as shit. So many drugs. Alright, let's see. Anything else here? We can look at the envelope. Maybe we should do this not in front of him. Right? It would be amazing if there were actually some, like, reactivity for opening it right in front of his eyes. Alright. There we are. The map in the journal lists all the white checks you can reattempt. Very well. Let's see. Sadie on that, that we have to get signatures for, right? She is the washerwoman, right? Isobel? We know who Lillian is. But Isobel is the washerwoman, right? I think so. Okay. White envelope. Interact. A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner, handed to you by Evrart Clare. Inside are some legal documents with 2 names printed on them. Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required. White envelope. You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12-40 month construction period, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum. Let's see. Look at the zoning plan. Kim, what do you think of this? Logic, try to find a loophole in the deal. Oh shit. Okay, let's look at the plan. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. Kim, what do you make of this? I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. The lieutenant replies, flipping through the documents. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but... He shrugs. Is print size like saying I like the print size like a or not a euphemism, but like an idiom? It's a turn of phrase for saying like it's in big print rather than in small print. There's no fine print to it. Like it doesn't seem like there's a loophole, right? Rhetoric, medium success. How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects, but there's no other way. Huh. Is this a joke? I'm not sure. Is this comedy here? Is that what this is? Because definitely the whole thing that I'm thinking of right now with this whole shit is eminent domain. Alright, put the documents back in the envelope. Let's see. Let's get some logic on us here. We need our logic hat. I don't even know what kind of hat this is, huh? It's a do-rag, isn't it? I don't know what a Pippo is, but it looks kind of like a do-rag. Okay. Let's see. And our logic glasses. There we are. Wonderful. And let's try to mess with this. Good. 72%. I'll try it. Oh, yes. Logic, medium success. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Wait, what are the ramifications of this? Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out. Oh, I see. Ha ha ha. Okay. Look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it? The noise will be tough on the villagers, but I guess that's just the cost of progress. Fuck that. I am further left than Evrart. Can we do something about it? I should have seen it. The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again. Evrart probably has eyes on us, but... He pauses to think. we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge the signatures by yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone. Okay, let's do this. Commence the forgery. -10. Evrart's people could be watching you here. Ooh. Or -10, I should say. Interesting. Okay. Let's get out of here. There we are. Good. Alright. Let's see, let's head on back over here. Good, good, good. Let's re-equip this shit here. Good. And put this back on. Great. Cool, cool, cool. And then let's head on back over there, right? Should we try and get the people to sign it? I mean, I'll bring it up to them, but I'm not going to go out of my way to convince them, right? On the off chance that maybe they actually are okay with that, but they probably are really not, right? But on the off chance that they're okay with it, we'll just check in. Why not? Right. Okay. Over here. Let's go down this way. Great, great, great. And then up this way. There we go. Good. And then let's go inside of this. Back through Evrart's office? I'm not sure. Oh no, it's what's his name's? Leo's, right? Isn't this Leo's? Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Whoever the hell chills out here. Okay. Need to pass time? Buy a book. Reading passes time quickly. No kidding. Okay. Down and out we go here. Should we check in on this dude? Let's see. We should check in on him and the scab, right? The scab leader.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Good talking to you. Okay. Head on down this way. Let's do a quick save. Anything new with this dude? Let's see here.
Right to work! Right to work!
Alright.
Game on!
See ya. Yep, bye. Okay. Well, you know what? Since we are in the area, we should bust into what's-her-name's shit, right? Let's see here. Tools. Equip this. Isn't this it? I forget. Which lorry is it? Look in the window. Let's see. I think this lorry belongs... Oh, shit. Now, that's not the lady driver's lorry, right? Here it is. Yeah, here it is. Okay. We're assuming that this is Ruby's shit. Okay. Should we just fuck it and smash the window in? Yeah, fuck it. You know what? They're a suspect. Right? What can you do? This green fallen A to Z contemporane is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days. My curiosity is my curiosity over if we'll find something or if this has future reactivity is greater than my in-world manners, right? I'm way more curious about this. And besides, we're a fucking weirdo. We can do it. Smash that shit! Boom! Physical instrument challenging success. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. With a firm punch that could shatter bone, you smash through the window. Why you didn't equip and use the pry bar, who knows? But now, release your secrets, lorry cabin. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. Perception sight, medium success. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. Let's just exhaust all this, huh? Admire the posters. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films, from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. Perception smell, medium success. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of ambrette wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. Stop and wonder, what's that smell? The remnants of a sweet, juniper-scented perfume. Probably granite, granite would be with an I, right? Granate, number 5? Or maybe this is a different spelling of granite than I'm accustomed to. Study the centerfold. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. Inland Empire, medium success. A feeling of tenderness washes over you, a longing even, perhaps, and gentle tragedy. Electrochemistry, easy success. Wait, this actress really does look a lot like Klausya. She may have been right about this ruby after all. Oh, fuck. Is it that the actress is literally Klausya? No. But it may be that Klausya just happens to look like this actress that Ruby is obsessed with, right? Also notice the reactivity here as well, right? As we said, the game is usually so on point all the time with it, right? Klausya and mention of Ruby. Enough of the posters. The actresses and the rare actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Examine the radio. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver. The lieutenant leans closer to the radio and hums. Strange. There's so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. Why would anyone need so many radio stations? For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. He flicks a switch on the radio. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we're dealing with an impressive organizational tool, the nerve center of a huge operation, with quite the range too. Is there anything we can do with the radio? Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without the dial key. What else is here? The ghostly actresses and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat, and the oddly bulging seat cover. Check the pedals. Oh, remember the shoe situation? I wonder if this will be evident here. Like why one shoe is worse off. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Oh shit! And that's why one shoe is significantly more worn. Oh, it's all coming together. But why would anyone glue a piece of sandpaper to the gas pedal? Sandpaper. The lieutenant repeats. A novel technique. Must be to offer some extra grip to the driver's foot. The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole. Yes, he likes where this is going. Esprit de corps, easy success. Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself. One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other. Level up, 5 XP. Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lens. So Ruby really is running a complex operation out of her lorry. New task. Confront Hardy Boys about drug trade. Oh shit. At least we can now ask Titus some concrete questions about it. The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air. Peel off the cover on the passenger seat. Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachol. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen. Bon Prise. Or Bon Prise. Or Bon Prix. The lieutenant commends you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and folded into neat squares. Fold open the topmost map. The large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp to a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. Shiver's trivial success. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the mass of brown and red roofs that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield. Where does the road lead? To Coron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, then to Stella Marie and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road. Sorry, I got out of tone there. Alright, fold open the second map. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the POX, Old Military Hospital, right adjacent to the 41st Precinct. Inland Empire, easy success. No storm will ever drown Revachol, the great solution to the riddle of history. Shiver's easy success. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own. What is that sound? The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights. Look at the third map. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain, and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. Yeah, I totally forgot that a place in this world is called the eminent domain. Shiver's medium success. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Wherever you look, the night gives cover to her messengers. Where are they going? They travel from eminent domain to perdition, and on to the main. Over the river Esperance on Route 881 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus. Didn't we bring up an octopus earlier at some point? What was that in relation to? Huh. What does all this mean? It means that the smugglers are secretly using the motorway to transport their goods and materials. They've infiltrated East Motor Tract, most likely. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Where does the contraband end up? Who do you think is behind this? Return the stack of papers under the seat. Where does the contraband end up? Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmarty behind it. Besmarty? That sounds vaguely familiar. A Besmarty is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just violent gangs, vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names, he adds, with contempt, like La Puta Madre and Ahura Mazda. It's a dark parody. Who do you think is behind this? It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. He's bad news. The lieutenant removes his glasses and polishes them with a handkerchief. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved. Volition, easy success. Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it. Half-light, easy success. Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there. Oh shit. Huh. Okay. Return the stack of papers under the seat. The lieutenant nods. Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later. The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use. Let's pull out the pull-out toolbox. Ooh. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. Unfold the newspaper. It's an issue of Peripherique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. Pick up the note. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. Pain threshold, easy success. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache. Did we actually obtain that as an item? No. Okay. Because I was wondering we could bring it to the biggest fucking, radio nerd that we know. Right? Old Trent. Trent? Trent or Trant? By the Feld building. Huh. Wild that he's right on top of that building, right? Yeah. I mean, it's purely coincidence, right? Yeah, it must be. Okay. The lieutenant leans over your shoulder to examine the note. The Ulan frequency system. I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but... His thought trails off. Alright, push in the pull-out. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Posters, a radio, dust on the windows. Close the door. You close the rusty old lorry door. Sorry, excuse me. Gotta take a quick drink here. Sorry about that. Jeez. Got like a mote of dust or something on the back of my throat. Actually, I'm gonna take another drink. Ugh, yeah, sorry about that. All the dust from inside the lorry somehow manifested in reality and entered my body in real life. Whew. Great. I think we got everything. A word, Detective. He steps away from the lorry. Before we return to Joyce. Ah, there we go. And we have an option to speak with him. Well, you know what? This may be a great time to call it for now, especially since I'm feeling like I may need to cough again. Alright, when next we come back, we're going to speak with the lieutenant, speak with Joyce, maybe speak with the Hardy Boys about the drug situation. Yeah. Until next time, please take care of each other.